Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, then welcome. Today's pick a card reading is a requested one and an interesting one. We are going to see, how does your crush think you feel about them? This was a fun one to do. In front of me, I have 3 different options, each with a different image and stone. Choose the one that really calls out to you. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay. Let's get started. Hey, group number 1. Okay, so how does your crush think you feel about them? Okay, so we have the 2 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and Justice. Okay, so instantly what came to me when I saw these cards are nobody is looking straight ahead. So it makes me feel like your crush thinks you guys are like uninterested. Okay. Yeah. I know. Crazy, right? You probably feel like it's so obvious, but it's not. Okay, so either you guys have mastered the poker face or you know how to keep your energy like in check, you know, like balanced, because I feel like your crush doesn't really, well, they do kind of have a clue. Okay. But it's not obvious. Like you guys, there's something about you that keeps them guessing. Okay. Like you play it really cool with them. Okay, I'm talking like your facial expressions, the way that you act, your energy. Yeah, you're totally cool, calm, and collected, believe it or not. That's how you come across, even if you're not feeling it on the inside. Here's what's interesting. With the 2 of Pentacles, they kind of feel like it could go either way, okay? And I'm getting a little bit of back and forth vibes. So maybe one minute, you know, you kind of make it a little bit more obvious that you're interested, and then the next minute you back off a little bit. Okay, so this card always makes me feel like she's just kind of swaying, you know, like it's some kind of dance. Just like there's this wind and this flow, and that's kind of like how you guys are, you know. You just kind of are doing your own thing in your own world, and, you know, if you're friendly slash flirty, they figure that's just kind of who you are. Like they think you're just flirty and charming anyway, is what I'm getting. So they don't read too much into it. Especially with the High Priestess being in the center here, it's like a definite, like, you keep it on the low, you know? So your crush doesn't really know. They feel kind of in the dark and like you're mysterious, and, you know, just when they think they kind of have a clue, or like, you know, like you are interested, like I said, like you do something or pull back and they're like, what? Just constantly left guessing is what I'm seeing. A little bit of them though that does think that they're possibly, you are interested, is like the 2 of Pentacles and Justice here kind of have like this little bit of edge and air about them, where, you know, Justice is definitely like a card of like commitment, wanting to make things right with somebody, kind of like that I want to solidify something type of energy. So, you know, there is that underlying tone of like, they're not quite sure why, but they feel like, you know, the more they talk to you, the more you would come around, basically. So that's interesting. Okay, let's take a look at the message cards to get a glimpse even further into how does your crush think you feel about them. Okay guys, I'm spilling the tea on this one. Okay, they think you guys are obsessed with their body, okay? Basically, like, they think you guys find them to be physically attractive, okay? Interesting. You know, she does kind of almost look like she might have like a slight smile, and it's like her cheeks are standing out to me like she's blushing. So I feel like they definitely think there is something, like you guys find them to be physically attractive. Okay, then we have they are waiting for you. So this is more like, I get the feeling like you're both kind of waiting on, like, you know, something to become more obvious from the other person. So you're both kind of like keeping it on the low, you know, with the High Priestess here. Yeah, I feel like your crush is doing the same thing. Like they don't want to reveal too much, you know, they're kind of keeping it cool. So they might kind of go back and forth with you guys as well. They have the poker face down. Then we have no. Okay, so they definitely think like you wouldn't want anything more. Okay, like emotion-wise, like you guys are not available. They think you guys are emotionally unavailable right now. Okay, so we definitely have 2 major arcana here and an earth card. So, I mean, it makes sense there's not any emotion here. They just get a very business-like vibe from you guys. And like somebody who's on a mission is the feeling I'm getting. So it's almost like if they can't help you with this thing that you're working on, like you don't want any part of it. Yeah, and in fact, it's funny because looking at her head, I felt like that should have been a crown all of a sudden. It's like they see like you have this crown on, you know? And it's going to take a lot for somebody to actually like get anywhere with you, dating-wise, is what I'm seeing. Like you've been through the ringer, you're not about that life anymore, and you know you got goals to accomplish, is like the energy you have. Okay, then we have I dream about you a lot, too much. Okay, so yeah, forget the too much. This, they secretly think though, even though you come across like, no, like I'm not interested. It's like they think secretly though, like you do kind of think about them though. You know, and daydream and fantasize like, ooh, like, you know, like they think you're low-key crushing on them basically. You've got a front and you're acting like that song's like, no, you know, like that Meghan Trainor song, like no, 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 like that's you guys. Even though deep down they think, yeah, like you're more interested than you let on. Okay, so let's take a look at my cards to get a glimpse even further. Okay, we have no one compares to you. Okay, so not only do they think you guys are low-key interested, they're like, yeah, I know you haven't met anyone like me, and deep down, like if you're not dreaming about me, you will be the more we see or talk to each other. Yeah, this person, they're definitely, you know, got this confident vibe to them, like a swag, like they know they're a catch. So they almost feel like you guys would have to be like, what's the right word? Just, they'd be totally in shock if you weren't low-key crushing on them, basically. Because here's the vibe that's coming through with them. They think they're a catch, and they're like, I'm giving my attention to you. Like, come on. Yeah, group 1. That's what's coming through. You're making me feel some type of way. Okay, so they think, you know, secretly, they're making you feel some type of way. You're just not admitting it. Okay, they think you guys have a lot of pride, you know? Especially with the High Priestess here dominating this energy, like that's your poker face and your vibe. Like, yeah, you know, you also know you're a catch, and you know, you expect to be like courted, you know, or you don't want to give people the time of day. So they think, you know, you low-key are catching feelings. You're just not revealing it. They also feel like you guys feel so connected to them even when you're not together. And I think that's how they kind of know on some level that you guys are crushing on them, because this is what your crush thinks how you feel. So they feel like you're feeling it, and if not, you will be. You're just keeping it on the low right now. Okay, group number 1, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye, guys. Hey, group number 2. Okay, so how does your crush think you feel about them? Okay, so, you know, instantly when I see the 8 of Cups, I get this feeling like you and your crush went from possibly like seeing each other a lot to all of a sudden not seeing each other, or maybe you two used to talk a lot, but now all of a sudden you're not. It just has that kind of a feeling to it. So I instantly got messages from them coming through, okay? So when I saw the 8 of Cups, I felt like your crush was like, where have you been? Okay. So yeah, they wonder like, where are you? Where have you been, you know? Okay, this is interesting because a lot of their energy wanted to come through, even though I know this is about you guys and what they think you feel, but they do view you guys like the Queen of Wands, okay? And if you're a guy, just flip that. But somebody who's, you know, physically attractive on the inside, just very like fiery and passionate and charming, you know, and just yourself, basically. How do they think you feel about them? They feel the same way. They think you guys view them like the King or Queen of Wands, okay? You view them to be physically attractive, as well as, you know, you love their personality, their vibe, their energy. It's like when you guys are in the room together, it's like nobody else is there, you know, like that kind of like wavelength. You just feel on top of the world. Okay, so they know like you both have experienced this type of intense connectedness, okay? But with the Seven of Swords, it's like you're both keeping it on the low. I feel like it's kind of like this mutual agreement right now, okay? Even if you've never spoken about it, it's just like what you two are doing, okay? You have this intense magnetic connection that you're both keeping on the low. In fact, there are other messages that came through for you before I get into the message cards that reveal what they think you feel. Is they say this is too risky, okay? Hence why, you know, you two are keeping this on the low. And I know we need to talk, but I'm trying to get clear first. Okay. And I hope you'll wait for me. Meanwhile, they're like, where have you been? You know? Okay, so let's take a look at my message cards to get a glimpse even further into how does your crush think you feel about them. Okay, so we have reach out. Okay, so your crush thinks you guys secretly want them to reach out and like say something, you know, kind of like worth saying at this point. Like you guys want them to make it obvious. Like if you're both feeling this connection, it's like you kind of like want to know. You're at this place like you don't want to play games. You want to know like what's going on here. Okay? Like so they know. They know that like you want to hear something for real. Or don't bother, you know? They'll act like they don't know that, but they know that, okay? That's interesting. We have you make my heart full. Yes, okay, that's what I was picking up on with the Queen of Wands here. You two just have such a like, this bursting like firework like energy between you guys, okay? It's like 4th of July, you know? It's definitely got like this fireworks feeling. Then we have will you choose me? Okay, so that's interesting. So for some of you, okay, this could be a third party situation and you know, like if they're with somebody, it's like you're waiting to hear like, what's going on? Like, are we doing this or not? Like, so it's not, okay, will you choose me is not like you guys being like, oh, you know, like, would you choose me out of everybody like that you have the choice of? No, like you guys know you're a catch, right? You are the Queen of Wands coming through here. But it's got this feeling of like, for some of you, it's going to be between you and somebody that they're already seeing, okay? That's what I'm getting, like they're juggling this. Okay, so it's got that feeling of I've been with this person, they're safe, but they don't have my heart like you do. Like you're everything I wanted in a person, even though you're the newer connection, so it feels more like a gamble, okay? So that's like why you guys are kind of like wondering that. So they know that, you know? All right, so let's take a look at my cards to get a glimpse even further into this. Okay, it says, nobody else makes me feel this way. Okay, so a part of them has a feeling that you feel like they do, and they think like, who is this person that entered my life? Like, I've never felt this way about anybody. It's such an intense magnetic connection in such a short time, and we both feel like, you know, we're still getting to know each other. Like, it's got this very new feeling, but like you both feel like, you know, brand new, like anything's possible, just like you could go, you know, sing and dance. Basically, it has such a happy, joyous feeling. So on some level, I do feel like they know this, okay? but there's still a part of them that doesn't. So they kind of also wonder, like, are you feeling this as intensely as I am? You know, like they wonder if it's mutual. So as much as I am picking up on them knowing on some level, they're also still kind of curious, like almost like there's no way you're feeling it like I am. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. We have love to listen to you speak. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I'm definitely picking up on you guys. You like to listen to your crush talk. Okay, like you love their voice, you love how they communicate, you just could like listen to them forever. And I'm almost getting like, I don't know that they know this. I feel like I'm picking up on this though with you guys. Again, like on some level they probably do, but like consciously I don't know that they do unless you've said it. Or maybe it's the way you look at them when they talk, okay? That's what I mean, like we kind of know things even if it's never said, you know, and that's kind of like what I'm getting from this. Like you both like light up in each other's presence, so it's like I feel like they love to listen to you guys speak as well, okay? So if you're doubting that, like don't, like it's very mutual, okay? So speak your little heart out is like what's coming to me about that. Both of you, really. Yeah, you two, you both could listen to each other talk all day is what I'm getting. And it's like twofold. So it's like you both love each other's voices, but you also like how each other talks and like what you talk about. So it's like a win-win-win. You're both intelligent too, so I feel like you guys, you have like, your conversations they're awesome because they can be light and playful, but they can also go deep, you know? So it's like the best of both worlds. Okay, then we have, I'm trying hard to act like not being with you doesn't bother me. So they know that you guys, you know, you're good at like acting like, well, they know you're independent. So they're like, they know you come across like you are whole and complete without somebody, but you're definitely interested in them. Okay, definite Queen or King of Wands vibes. You're a very passionate, fiery person who's blazing down their path. And yes, you know, you do have this spark and connection with this person, but you're not going to stop your life, you know. Like, no matter what ends up happening here, it's like you're going to keep going, you know. And you do want to, like, know what's going on. But they do know that there's a part of you that even though you're so independent, they know that it's hard to be in their presence with both of you not knowing where this connection is going. So it's like you feel it intensely, but like you know that, you know, neither one of you can really act, like reveal right now, like just the extent of what you're both feeling and like what you want. So they know that you're having to put on this poker face and it's like something new for you, whereas that's how they operate. So they're like used to that. So yeah, there's definitely this unspoken thing going on between you two of where like you both have to kind of almost like keep it professional. So for some of you, you know, you might work with this person. But yeah, so they know. They know that, you know, they're feeling it, it's tough, you're feeling it, and it's tough. But you're both doing it, you know. Okay, group number 2, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments, and if it does, don't forget to give it a like. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye, guys. Hey, group number 3. Okay, so how does your crush think you feel about them? Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so your crush definitely feels like you guys are definitely interested in them. Okay. They definitely also view you guys like the Queen of Water, and if you're a guy watching this, okay, the King of Water, they think you are a beautiful soul, like inside as well as outside, like you're attractive. And they just think you're definitely like somebody that they want in their life, is like what I'm seeing. Like you guys are just shining brightly. Here's the thing though, okay? They feel like you guys are with somebody currently though. Okay. So as much as like I feel like you two have a connection, it's like they feel like they're blocked though, as far as moving forward with the idea of you goes, okay? I see that with the Queen reversed here. But they still feel this connectedness regardless, okay? So it's interesting. You two might even dream about each other, okay? I'm just getting like a very interesting connectedness. Okay, so let's take a look at the message cards to get a glimpse even further into how does your crush think you feel about them. All right, so we have I'm sorry, okay? So for some reason, like it's coming through. This is a very specific pile, so if you feel like it doesn't resonate, feel free to choose one of the other two, but for those of you that it does, I will keep going. So it feels like, you know, you two, you might have had like a short-lived connection and something happened and it shifted, and they feel like, you know, deep down you are sorry about whatever was said, okay? And then we have you hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. Okay, so I feel like, you know, it's not necessarily that you guys hurt this person. I'm getting more so like this person was hurt after this connection broke off, and that they're just acknowledging. It's like they know, okay, like you're both sorry for your part in it, and that you were both hurt from it is like what's coming through as far as that goes. And we have, I think we should see other people. Okay, that's again like why they feel like it's going back to the Three of Pentacles, like that you're with somebody, even though they don't feel like your heart's in it. It's just what's practical, okay? The heart connection definitely feels like it's here with the Queen of Wands, which is representing both of your connection. And then the Queen of Pentacles reversed here is representing your current relationship. Or, you know, this could be reversed for some of you, and they could be with somebody and you're just like, yeah, okay, like I know your heart's with me and this other thing just seems practical. Okay, then we have, if I asked you to stay, would you leave? So there is a part of them that feels like you guys still want this connection with them. And you wonder, like, if you were to hit them up, you know, would they reject you, or would they be open to hearing what you have to say? And would they ever want to, like, rekindle this connection between you two? So even though it appears like you're with somebody or they are, it's like you both still feel this connection and you both still wonder, like, is that door still open? Okay, so let's take a look at my cards to get a glimpse even further into this. We have, I'm not ready to commit. Okay, so they think, you know, even if your heart is still feeling connected to them, they don't think you would commit right away, okay? Like this would take some time. So even if the door is still open, that could be if you're with somebody, but it doesn't have to be. It could just mean that you want to take this connection with them slowly and just kind of get to know each other like all over again. They say, I wish you knew how complicated my life is. Okay, with that, I'm not necessarily getting that their life is complicated, but I do feel like they have a lot going on. So it's like, you know, this person's just juggling a lot, and that, you know, if they were to talk to you, they would hope that you would be more like this oasis, okay? And not somebody who's like, yeah, just somebody who's more like an oasis. They have a lot of like, they're curious about this whole connection. Like they wonder, like, could you two bounce back? Is what they're feeling real? I'm sure about a lot of things, but not this, okay? So there is definitely this sense of mystery and intrigue with this connection. So even though you both feel it, you may dream about each other, it's like, you know, when they try to get practical about it, they're like, I don't know, like there's so much I don't know. And it could be because it's a newer connection, okay? And like you two were talking and now all of a sudden you're not. So, you know, it's just kind of like one of those things where the person that you're with or they're with feels, again, like more practical, but not necessarily who has your heart or who has their heart, you know? And this other person who has your heart, it's like you're both like, oh, I don't know. So they know, like, you guys are unsure about this, you know, it's new. You're both kind of in the dark as far as each other goes and who you are, what you want, all that. And then they say, I regret messing things up with you. Here's the thing though, I don't feel like it was just you guys. I feel like you both played a part in this, and it wasn't even like, I don't feel like anybody's necessarily blaming anybody. I just feel like you're both kind of in the dark as far as this connection goes and like what happened. Yeah, and that, you know, it's got this feeling of wanting to clear up any confusion. So it's like you both like want this heart-to-heart conversation is what they feel. So basically, I feel like this person thinks that you are mirroring what they're mirroring, and it's like neither one of you are talking or seeing each other, but like that heart connection is still there. And like I feel like it's just got this feeling of wanting to clear the air, okay, and then kind of go from there and see like, do we have anything or not? But then it does get kind of complicated though if one or both of you are seeing someone. But I feel like you both kind of see through that though, and would still kind of call each other's bluff, and like, you know, if one of you hit the other up, would talk is what's coming through. Okay, group number 3, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments, and if it does, don't forget to give it a like. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye guys.